Welcome back into the channel, my friends. It's your boy Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We're back with your best bets for the NBA here for you today on Thursday, April 24th, 2025. NBA playoffs continue, guys. We're ready to make some money today. Player props, spreads, totals in the video. We got 4 picks that I think are great value bets today. We're loading up. We're locked in. We're ready to go. Let's get this sweep here today.
Well, my presence isn't real. It's another bad one like this is scale. It's straight fire. All my bets straight from. You're in the house that cat made now. Straight fire.
As always, my friends, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button for me. I know I sound like a robot when I say that, but it really does help us out. We're on the road to 9,000 subscribers. We're about 7 away, so I'd appreciate it if we could get there today. I think we could knock that out today. Appreciate y'all. If you're a returning viewer, also make sure you hit that like button for me as well. Let's hop right into a recap from yesterday, guys. From Wednesday in the NBA, we ended up going 1-3. Not our best day. This is our worst day of NBA we've had in quite some time. But I'll be honest with you. Looking back over the picks, those are plays I would probably run again. Just being honest. We did cash the Miami Heat plus 12.5 spread. We stay on fire with our spreads, guys. Spreads have really been our bread and butter of late. They ended up covering, really competed down the stretch of this game. Got to within 2 with about 3 minutes to go. Nearly pulled the upset here. So really like what the Heat did there down the stretch. Really competing in that game. That's what I expected from. That's our 3rd straight cash with the Miami Heat, by the way. Took their money line twice last week, and we just cashed the spread here today. So love to see it, guys. Other 3 plays, Darius Garland over 2.5 threes. He shot 8 threes. He made 2. Shot horrible from 3. So that's a play. Once again, if he shoots 8 threes in a game, you should see his hit rates on the season. He almost always hits his 3-point line. So that was definitely unfortunate. Brandon Podziemski over 13.5 points. I don't need to tell you what happened with that. The dude randomly just wasn't listed on the injury report, but randomly showed up with food poisoning before the game, played like 10 minutes. And then just for fun, me personally, I would have got my money back on because Fanatics has a thing where you get your money back if they only play the first quarter and they sit the rest of the game with like an injury or illness. He comes back like for a couple minutes in the second half just to burn my $50 too. So obviously that hurt as well. It's one of those things that happens, guys. It's just unlucky. I think if he was healthy and everything, I think he would have had some great looks and he would have had a shot. But obviously, if he's feeling that bad under the weather, he should never have played at all. So obviously that hurt. And then Peyton Pritchard over 19.5 PRAs. He finishes with 17. Really fit the criteria for everything I wanted from Pritchard. Like I said, if you look down his logs, him playing 35 minutes, like, was somewhat expected with Tatum being out. He almost always hits this line. He had his points line, had 0 assists. How does that dude have 0 assists? Makes no sense to me. So, like I said, those plays to me were in the pocket. They just had unfortunate results. I know sometimes we get lucky on bets too. I'm not saying that to say that we don't get lucky sometimes, but we got supremely unlucky yesterday. Let's just call it what it is. Definitely hurt, but that's okay. Today's a new day. We were due a little bit of regression. I think today, though, we bounced back today. We're going to have 5 plays total in the NBA, 4 in the video, 1 SFP MVP exclusive play. So if you guys want access to that extra pick that we'll have, you can sign up and become a Straight Fire MVP below for just $3.99 for the entire month. Well, we're just going to have 1 in the NBA. We're not going to have 1 in Major League Baseball. But in addition to that, guys, you also get access to all of our picks and our plays early. So it really is a great value. Consider signing up, becoming an MVP. Quick Comet Capper recap, though, from yesterday. Had a number of great Comet Capper calls. We had Lit Picks calling the Rockets -3 first half and -4 full. Love to see that. Demetrius Smith, Rockets money line, parlayed with Tyler Hero, 20-plus points, cashes that. Justin McKelvey, Jaylen Brown over 32.5 PRAs, cashes that. Love that look there. Eric May with a +146 parlay with Jaylen Brown and the Miami Heat covering an alternate +14.5. Love to see it, guys. Great calls once again from our Comet Cappers. You guys absolutely killed it. So Couple quick things. Like I said, in relation to the membership, all those links are down below in the pinned comment and the description. There's also a join button for that membership, so that's how you sign up for that. Any of our other links here at the channel as well, guys. Also in the pinned comment, description, social media, merchandise, stuff like that, all down there below for you. Enough on that, though. We got work to do. Let's get right after today, guys. Let's get this sweep here in the NBA. Let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we are going right back to the Oklahoma City Thunder. -9 spread here versus the Memphis Grizzlies. -110 odds on DraftKings. I have to do this. We took this at -14.5 in Game 2. We cashed. Granted, it wasn't the easiest as it could have been. But I really thought, wire to wire, the Thunder once again outplayed the Grizzlies. You're going to see that in Game 3 again, guys. I'm sorry. The Grizzlies just aren't the team to keep this game close. I know they're playing at home. I know they got talented players. But I really believe this Thunder team is on a mission. They're not the type of team to have letdown games. They didn't have a letdown in Game 2. They were hungry in Game 2, just as I expected. Because they're built on very good principles. Fundamentals, playing effort level is all going to be there. Sometimes you have to question that with the Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies will get up and play for this game. Don't get me wrong. But end-to-end, wire-to-wire, the Thunder are just better. On both sides of the floor, they're more consistent. The effort level is going to be there from the Thunder. They're not the type of team that's going to have a letdown. And typically, in a playoff series, you might see a letdown spot for a team. The Thunder just aren't the team to let down. They're so consistent, very indicative in the record and how they performed all season long. Even in games where you're like, yeah, they could take the night off. They never took nights off. Their effort level and competitive level has always been top notch. And I expect that to be the case in Game 3. They'll be ready for Game 3. I'm not sure the Grizzlies are. I'm not sure what to expect from the Grizzlies at this point. I know what to expect from the Thunder, though. Like I said, we covered on the Thunder in Game number 2. Like I said, last 15 games of the regular season, OKC was 3rd in offensive rating, 2nd defensive rating. And there was a lot of games that weren't even that important, but they take every game serious. Like I said, it's very indicative in those numbers that, they're consistent all year. We've seen the Thunder win 11 straight games in this series versus the Grizzlies. 9 of the last 10 in that stretch have been by 13-plus points. A lot of blowouts in there, which is why I liked it in Game 2. I still love it even more in Game 3 if they're going to give us some more points here to work with. I definitely like that. Like I said, the coach firing for the Grizzlies, the maturity issues, the turnovers, all things that the Grizzlies are struggling with right now. Honestly, if it wasn't for some great shot making by the Grizzlies in Game 2, that game was a complete blowout. There was like a stretch where the Grizzlies made 4, 5, 6 threes in a row, tough threes, where I was like, I was thinking, man, is this the way I'm going to lose? We ended up covering. But if that's what it's going to take from the Grizzlies, give me the Thunder to cover, guys. I think they cover this -9 easily, and this is going to be a 4-0 sweep. Absolutely. So, love it there for our number 1 pick, guys. We're going Oklahoma City Thunder, -9 spread here versus Memphis Grizzlies, -110 odds on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 2, we're going Detroit Pistons money line here versus the New York Knicks, +102 odds on FanDuel, risking a unit here. Now, I'll be honest. This is not the most obvious play of the day. A lot of people, I think, believe that the Knicks might bounce back in Game 3 and away from New York and get back on track. I don't see it that way. What the Pistons really have had the Knicks number this season. They've won 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams. And if you're watching the series, the Pistons should be up 2-0 right now. This reminds me of a series. You guys will remember this. Pistons-Lakers, NBA Finals 2004. Pistons went out to LA, split the series, split the first 2 games 1-1. They should have been up 2-0 as well in that. They came back home and absolutely boat raced the Lakers, winning the last 3 of that series, win that series 4-1. There are similar things that I see here. And really the biggest thing that I see is the physicality of the Pistons right now. So you guys remember that classic Pistons team where Sheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, all those guys that really gave the Lakers a lot of trouble, the physicality. That is what I see in this series. The Knicks are really having trouble with the physicality of the Pistons. Particularly Karl Anthony Towns versus Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is absolutely beasting on Towns right now. If you guys noticed, one of the scores that Towns had, I was watching the game. Towns back down into the paint, probably 8 or 9 dribbles to get to like a 10 to 11 foot jump hook, which he made. But I was like, boy, that dude's got to get in the gym. That guy just doesn't look strong out there. It looks like Tobias Harris was really having his way physically with him. And I know that sounds weird, but really that was the case. The physicality of the Pistons is a big problem right now for the Knicks. You talk about Jalen Duren. If that doesn't look like the second coming of Ben Wallace with a little bit more offensive skill, I don't know what else does. Jalen Duren's a man's man. And that dude is strong. Not a guy you want to mess with. If he was in your corner in a fight, I'm taking Jalen Duren 20 out of 20 times, 100 out of 100 times. However many times it takes, Jaren Duren is going to have your back. And that guy's, and it's the same thing with Tobias Harris. These two, the power forward in the center position, it reminds me of like Rasheed Wallace is Tobias Harris. Ben Wallace is Jaren Duren, except Jaren Duren has a little bit more offensive skill. Ben Wallace probably a little bit better defensively, but you guys get what I'm going for there. The physicality of the Pistons is on display. And I think coming back home for Game 3, where they haven't had a playoff game in so long, first home playoff game in a long time, this place is going to be electric. It's going to be a lot for the Knicks to overcome. And right now, the Knicks, just as a team, are they playing great as a team? No. A lot of ISO ball with Brunson. You just can't win games that way in the playoffs. ISO ball does not get it done. I know Brunson may think differently. And Brunson played great. Brunson cashed for us, by the way, in the first 2 games of the series on points. And I think there's a good chance he might do it again because, like I said, I think that's I don't know what their other options are. Right now, Towns can't win one-on-one. Towns is like a perimeter jump shooter, and that's about all you can expect from him. So I think the Pistons with the big edge guys, physicality, I think they're going to come out ready to play, ready to send a message in Game 3, and I think they win this game. So love it there for number 2 pick. You got Detroit Pistons money line here versus the New York Knicks, plus 102 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 3, with all that I just said, what do you think we're taking here? We're taking Tobias Harris over 20.5 points and rebounds, minus 114 odds on FanDuel. Tobias Harris has cashed this line in both the first 2 games of the series with logs at 31 and 28. If they're not going to bump his lineup, of course we're going to take it again because the premise has remained the same. And it's even better with him being at home, honestly. His hit rates at home have actually been a little bit better this season. So, we consider the fact, like I said, they haven't changed. Nothing has changed. Cade Cunningham is going to get a lot of attention once again, as he should. And it's going to leave guys like Tobias Harris open for corner threes and stuff like that. Now, he's got to make his jump shots, but I think there's a good chance once again that he does that here today. And he's been great on the glass in the first couple games of the series as well. He had a double-double last game. And we don't need him to even go that crazy. Like I said, he's posted 28 and 31. First 2 of the series. His line's at 20.5. We have some room here as well, guys. So I think, once again, Harris shows up and he plays great here. His minutes have been extremely high in the first couple games of the series. 40 minutes in Game 1, 43 minutes in Game 2. You love taking players that you know they're going to be on the floor and have opportunity. You're going to get plenty of that here with Tobias Harris today. Harris, 4 out of 5 this season with 38-plus minutes. So when he plays big-time minutes, he usually delivers. And like I said, really love the spot again for Harris. He is manhandling this matchup right now with Towns. Absolutely beasting on Towns. I don't look for that to change here on the road. I think Towns is going to continue to struggle. And I look for Harris here once again to hit this over. So, love it there, guys. For number 3 pick, we got Tobias Harris over 20.5 points and rebounds here for the Detroit Pistons. Minus 114 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and finally at number 4, we got Norman Powell. Over 21.5 PRAs here for the Los Angeles Clippers. We're going plus 100 odds here on ESPN Bet, risking a unit here. So this is a sneaky one. Obviously, you guys know the attention in the series so far has been on James Harden and Kawhi Leonard. Deservingly so. Both those guys have played great the first couple of this series. But what's sneaky is, you guys saw Powell at the end of that Game 2 hit that really clutch 3, right? Really firing them up. And really was a big reason, obviously, why they won that game. Hit that decisive 3. And I think that carries them into this game here at home, coming back home. Powell's been absolutely amazing at home to this line. He's been absolutely incredible to this line at home. His road numbers aren't as, like I said, him at home has been a special thing this year. I'm not that surprised that he went under on the road. He had 19 and 16 in the first 2 road games of this series. But obviously, a couple things going on here with him. He hasn't shot the ball well yet in the series. He was 5 for 14 in that game despite hitting that 3. But his minutes and his usage were both high in both games. He had 32 plus minutes in both games and 20+% usage in both games, which you love to see that. When his minutes are 32 plus and his usage is 20 plus at home this season, he's a perfect 17 for 17 to this line with no less than 24 PRAs. What are we doing here? What are we talking about? Like I said, this is similar to what we took with Peyton Pritchard yesterday. I still stand behind Pritchard's bet yesterday. He just didn't get there. Dude had 0 assists. He was supposed to hit that line yesterday. Hit his points line, got some rebounds. Obviously, I wish I just took his points. But here in this spot, this is similar to Peyton Pritchard, but obviously Powell's a little bit of a different player as far as shooting the 3. He's going to have to make some shots today, no doubt about it. But I think coming back home where he's a little bit more comfortable in a matchup that's been pretty good for shooting yards all season versus the Nuggets, I think he cashes here today. But like I said, I stand behind Pritchard despite him missing. It just was unfortunate. It happens. Results happen. But here in this spot, I think Powell is in a sneaky good spot. And to be honest, the Nuggets have to make some adjustments onto Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard absolutely ran them out of the building in Denver. And I think the Nuggets make a few adjustments to run more doubles at him. If that happens, it should create better looks for Norman Powell, for sure. He definitely should get some 3-point looks because he's yet to really have a good shooting game. So if they're going to leave someone open, I think they're more apt to leave Powell open, which we should get a lot of shots and usage of volume from him, which is all you could really hope for. And he should hit this line here today. So love it there, guys. For our number 4 pick, we got Norman Powell over 21.5 PRAs here for the Los Angeles Clippers. Plus 100 odds here on ESPN Bet. Alright guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Keep in mind that we have our Major League Baseball Best Bets video out as well, so make sure you guys go check that out. Outside of that, we're going to have our MVP exclusive play of the day in the NBA. We'll have that posted up here soon as well, so if you guys are interested in getting access to that, sign up, become a straightforward MVP, just $3.99 for the entire month. That pick is posted in our community tab for our members on YouTube. So that's where you'll find it. And like I said, you could sign up, become a member using that join button right below this video. Or you could use the any of the links in the pinned comment or description. There's a link in each of those. So, yeah, hopefully we have a great day today. I know yesterday was not what we wanted. But like I said, we were due that, honestly. We've had a lot of great days in the NBA. Hopefully get back on track here today. So appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you next time. Peace out.